I'm Hope Beverstein, and I was born in a very old farmhouse in England almost 80 years ago. Now I live in Canada. When I was a little girl, sometimes I'd be sent to stay with my godmother. And her brother had been in Papua New Guinea. His study was full of the most interesting, mysterious things to a small child. Very strange masks and spears and shields, all kinds of strange things from Papua New Guinea. Was fascinating to me, and ever since I've wanted to go and see for myself about this wonderful place where he'd been long ago. As the airplane reached Papua New Guinea, I could see down below beautiful forests and valleys and winding rivers. It was a very rich, luscious, forested country. I couldn't wait to land. The rainforest is incredibly beautiful, so many different kinds of foliage and sometimes bright colors, but mostly everything is green. Hello, Jessica. Hi. Oh, you are very hard. Making a new bed.
Yeah, making a new bed.
That's a beautiful bed you've made. Tell me, you've got different kinds of sweet potato here.
These cargoes are for my pigs. They're not good for eating.
They're not good for eating, but the pigs will like them.
Yeah, pigs will like them. After this, I'm going to go home and prepare my dinner for my family, my husband and my children.
And then when it gets dark, can you go to bed then, or do you have still more work to do when it's dark?
After, when it gets dark, sometimes if you're not tired, we used to make string bags. This one I made them.
Yes,
See, it's
isn't
a very
that
colorful.
lovely? Lots of work in that too.
Yeah.
And you sleep in a special house for women, do you?
Yeah.
And all the men sleep in their house?
Yeah, in men's house. Oh,
Is that right?
yeah, you look like Huli ladies.
Push it in.
Push it in.
How
No,
deep?
push it more.
Long way. Oh,
Oh, see.
yeah.
Okay, then you cover them with the mud.
That's it. Then you cover with here. Here's her daughter.
Yeah, that's my daughter.
Yes, that's his daughter. She's 4 years old.
Cut them out with a bush knife or bamboo something. Then cut it in. We used to measure them.
Beautiful boy, isn't he?
Yeah. Okay then.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
This trip to Papua New Guinea was an amazing stroke of luck for me to have such a very interesting time. I didn't know you could be so happy at 80. traditions of New Guinea go back thousands of years, probably, and this old man let us go and see the cave where he kept the skulls of his ancestors. And this was a great honor. There's a danger now that the young generation, with the coming of television and electricity, will not bother about these ancient rituals and the power of their ancestors. I was amazed at the power that these people have from the spirits of their ancestors and how important these spirits are, how they control their lives and have controlled them for such a long time. There were several skulls in the cave, very brightly painted.
I
was very honored that he let me come and see the skulls of his ancestors. This is a very special place. Thank you, Thomas, for bringing us. What kind of tree is that one?
This one is southern beech.
Southern beech?
Yeah, which is very strong wood. Arke.
Alendo. At the place of the sacred stones, again, ancestors were very important.
He said that this rock is like the god. Who knows?
Incredible.
Yeah. And then he can kill the pig and the sacrifice into that stone, and then the stone helps him to have a children.
Yes.
Or sometimes he don't have a garden,
Yes.
and then he can pray to the stone, and then he can make a garden. So this is sort of a stones to help that person to become rich.
And the man was telling us stories about this sacred stone that whizzed through the air and killed people.
So this is like 100 men has been killed by this rock.
Incredible.
So it's very, very heavy. If you want to try and hold it, though.
Can I?
Yeah.
Oh yes, it's very heavy. Thank you very much.
I'm not going to touch it. The
secret stones were very mysterious, and he took them very seriously and had a special place built to protect them.
So this is a very special area for the Huli people. This is the place or the home of Huli Wickman. This young man, he is the teacher of our new young boys. I'm Maru. Very important thing for the new young boys who are coming in this area, he has got a very special water, and he used a lot of magic words in that water. And then when he drink that water, the water makes the boys to be grow faster, healthy, and also grow the hair so fast.
The Huli Wigman had a very remarkable hairstyle. It took a long time to be grown in this design, and they apparently were all bachelors, and they lived together and wore these special costumes.
That's a design of the headmaster of a Wigman.
With very beautifully crafted headdresses. The skill of making them passed down from one generation to the other. And they had special songs and all very interesting and mysterious. Apparently there was a clan war going on. And as we went by in the bus, we could see these men either side of the road with bows and arrows. Apparently they were settling some dispute. And that was the way they've always settled dispute over the centuries, before they had police. And now, occasionally, they still do it that way. Well, it was a most memorable time in my life, and I don't know how it'll affect me. I've always wondered about this country. I was so excited, the beauty of those forests and valleys and the mountains, all covered with trees. Very beautiful and green. It all looked so wild. In the Sepik area, my guide took me on a canoe trip. And the canoes here are gigantic trees that have been hollowed out.
That's right. Oops.
Lovely. Thank you. The one I was in was surprisingly stable. And we whizzed along the river. Very peaceful and beautiful. Up the river we came to Lake Emus.
We're now going into the lake.
Lake Emus was very peaceful. And there were many, many beautiful white birds flying around. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah,
Oh,
we have 3 types of water lilies, and 2 others we don't eat. This one is edible. We
Eat the stem?
yeah, it's a stamp. We take the stamp out.
Do you cook it?
No, we don't cook it. We
Just eat
it
it.
raw. Yeah, we eat.
Oh, yes. Okay. Very good. Oh, we met some fishermen, and they showed us their fish. Catching fish?
Yeah, some fish in
My
there.
goodness, what kind is that? It's very slippery.
Catfish.
That's a catfish.
Catfish. Otherwise, you throw it in the water.
They were funny-looking fish with great, enormous mouths. I have 3 pet fish at home.
Oh yeah, pet.
Yes, pet ones, yes. And then they took them home and smoked them on a fire so that they would still be in good shape when they take them and sell them in the market.
Yeah, that's the one. You want to have this sort of greens we have here? It's a nice greens.
Oh, thank you.
I'll take this.
Mm.
I'll let this.
Good. Very good. Look at this lovely thing. Is he poisonous?
No, it's not.
Here, do you want my millipede?
No, no. Hop!
I spent 2 nights in a most beautiful village. The houses stood on long posts from the ground.
And this way we are staying for 2 nights.
What a beautiful house. And this is where we sleep, is it? Very good.
Number 2 village.
Number 2 village. And most of the crocodiles in the river near the village have been killed off, and the crocodiles are shy and keep away. Catch these young crocodiles and keep them and feed them until they're big.
That's right. Keep feeding them until they get to the size where we're about 20 inches in diameter of the skin. And then you sell the skin and eat the meat. So just open up here and we'll take a look.
Oh, lovely.
Look at that.
What beautiful crocodiles. Oh, look at them.
We have 2 types, there's fresh water and salt water. These ones you see here now, they're saltwater skins.
These are saltwater
Yeah.
ones.
The saltwater skins are worth a lot of money, and the fresh water could be less than the saltwater skins.
We were shown their enclosure where they must have had about 50 of these young crocodiles. These people have such beautiful faces. I could stay here forever drawing them, and I'd love to have some colors with me. And they sat so still, the 1 or 2 that I did do, they sat so still and they were so cooperative and didn't seem to mind at all, they just laughed. In the Madang area, I stayed in a very beautiful village, very friendly, and there were so many children running around. My guide took me on a trek in the rainforest. Wonderful rainforest, so rich and beautiful, full of bird sounds and buzzes of insects. Oh, it's a swarm of them. It was a wonderful experience with all the birds from the trees, the sounds of the forest. It was a most memorable walk.
On the run, that's the Adalbert Range running down on the way to Saddle. It's the flat area where toward Ramusuga.
And we met 2 or 3 little villages and many friendly people on the way. Is this the village called Gamda?
Yes, this is the village called Gamda.
And they're the one with the drum?
Here in Papua New Guinea,
Yes.
we have a drum like this.
Yes.
It's like
Yes.
a telephone.
Like a telephone?
Yes. Every beat has the own code or the initial for
yes.
telling. So first beating, it tells the people up there that we were entering the village.
Yes, yes.
And the second beating, that we have already entered the village and now we are here at
Yes.
Gamda village. And the third one will be departing. So as
Yes.
soon as we leave this house, this area
Yes.
walk done is going to
Yes.
beat,
Yes.
and they will know that we are walking now on our way to meet them.
What's that?
This is the seed of a wild pawpaw tree. Comes from the wild pawpaw, natural pawpaw.
Oh, a wild one.
Wild one,
Yes.
yes.
Can you eat it?
Yes, it's for eating, eatable.
You see, not the modern introduced pawpaw, but it's the
Yeah.
natural one.
Same color, exactly.
colour,
Mind
actually.
your fingers. You
No,
could
it's
chop your
okay.
fingers off very
I'm
easily.
used to holding this
And
knife.
you've got all your 10 fingers. How clever.
And you see, it tastes something like a pawpaw. You want to taste it? Taste it a bit and
Very good.
yes.
It's quite strenuous going uphill, but I had a guide who held my hand through all the slippery bits. He was just wonderful, and I never fell once. We've got there.
Yes.
When we arrived at our final destination, the villagers put on a sing-sing. The warriors had drums and they did this ferocious dance in their beautiful clothes that they'd made out of flowers and beads and shells. And there was one with a bow and arrow who darted around, so very agile, pretending to shoot at things. They looked awfully warlike. I think if I'd lived in the last century, I might have been scared to death of them. Amazing. And yours is very good too. What is yours made of?
That's from Kaskas, you know.
Kaskas. Oh yes.
That's the large lizard.
A lizard?
Yeah, the big one.
It's a lizard. I wouldn't like to meet one of those. They must be very big.
Yeah, very big.
What I learned from this trip is that if you're old, you don't have to get your life into a routine. There are all kinds of incredibly exciting and beautiful things you can do if you break away, and wonderful people to meet.